We have two sides to the business. So one is the cryosurgical equipment, which is used worldwide. We export to almost 60 countries. It's a device using liquid nitrogen. We have analysis equipment. So whenever you have a product and you need to substantiate a claim or make sure nothing happens that's unwanted, you can use our equipment to verify or prove your claims. So basically what we had before was a system that's based on a system that was built in 1998 when the first medical device Cortex was launched. And there's been a lot of additions to that system without sort of rethinking the whole system. So a lot of branches that have been added over the years, some based on audits, some on new regulations, and just the fact that it was paper-based had a lot of limitations.
The primary problem was that the paper got lost. We have people who are not here every day, so it was actually quite difficult. We had to wait sometimes for a week to get a signature on or we had to, manually scan it and send it by email and so on. So that's really time consuming.
Before we had huge binders of documents that we now have electronic in one place.
I will never have to look for a piece of paper again, because now I can find it in the SimplerQMS. I don't have a piece of paper that's ruined by something, coffee or whatever. It's in SimplerQMS. And sometimes, when you have a pile of paper and you need to archive some of the papers here and some of the papers there and some of the papers a third place, you can be almost certain that at least one of these papers will end up in the wrong place, which means that you can never find it again unless you stumble over it by accident. That will never happen again, because now I just look for that piece of paper in SimplerQMS and it will appear. I don't have to go through hundreds of binders to find that particular piece of paper.
So we know that we follow the process. We can document that we follow the process. We have a history where we can show exactly what we did when and so on, and it's much easier to figure out what. So we have full traceability for all our documentation, and that is a huge benefit.
I was doing a lot of things behind the scenes, a lot of things that were invisible to most of my colleagues, and now they see them. Now they realize what I was doing, and trying to explain my colleagues, QA is definitely an important part of your daily life. They don't need to go to me to say, I need this piece of paper, and I will go through the house and say, here it is. Now I can say, you just need to go to SimplerQMS and look for this number or this word or something like that, and they can find it themselves.
I mean, we were spending hours looking for documents every week. So, I mean, that's just not something that's an issue anymore. It's at least, on average, at least a 50% improvement in time. Yeah, it's just, that's a different, almost just a different game. It's not even in the same ballpark.
We do like the system, that's for sure. So I'm pretty confident that we selected the right system for our needs.
I mean, we are really very happy with our selection of SimplerQMS. So I would not be reluctant to recommend that to any of our colleagues in the business.